Hello everyone. This is Mockingbird. So, we are going to start a playthrough of Alan Wake 2. Remedy has hinted that they're about to drop something at one of the upcoming Game Awards, which I believe will be one of the DLCs, either Night Springs or the Lake House. I think Night Springs is the first one. But I have not finished the playthrough of Final Draft. I did start it a while ago, and then life got in the way, and I never finished. So, Final Draft is New Game Plus, where there's some more lore included and a new ending. My understanding it's not like a whole lot of new stuff. There's some additional videos. I know there's more with Dr. Darling from Control in here, who the actor for Dr. Darling is the voice for Alan Wake, so it's going to be interesting to see how that all ties together. But I want to go ahead and play through the Final Draft with y'all and check it out before we hit the DLCs.
Back to the beginning, with the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral. A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle through the night." It's not just victims and monsters. I see now there are heroes as well. We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface. We will emerge into the light.
Okay, here we go. This is probably not what you expected for Alan Wake. We'll try not to show anything.
Can you hear me?
Come on in. We should go.
Already gone. Wait.
The sound design is so good. All the twigs snapping. Doing the sprint. I did try sprinting earlier and you can't. Cauldron Lake. Yes, so excited. Yes, yes.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Okay. I was checking to see what outfit I added on her. Okay, I have the Oh Dear Diner. It's not her
Worth
default.
memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Okay. So,
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
here's her map.
Watching this dead guy for safety. Quit your belly aching, Thornton. I'm up here now. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Let's go see.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agent's right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, Couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, cried Thornton. But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell him I'm here waiting. I'll show him around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. I need to think through the facts of the case.
Okay. My place.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
Alright.
The facts are on the board.
So yeah, this is where we're going to keep track of all the clues we find, and so let's look at what we got so far. Let's read through
Everything
what
we
we
know about the previous murders.
got. Okay.
Worth taking another look.
So the case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze clues and progress the investigation. Yeah, we know we can move around. We can zoom and zoom. Okay. Got it. Okay, so we have the victims. All victims reported missing in 2010. No other commonalities. So we have... zoom in a little bit. So we have Ted Lane, dentist, stab wounds, bloating, bruising on the wrist. Oh, there we go. The victim was reported missing in 2010, discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave. Next one is Wendy Davis, teacher, body bloated, large chest wound. Remember Wendy Davis, we're going to hear more. Not that it's a big deal, but there'll be some talk about her later on. Found in Cauldron Lake, 2018, some organs missing. Predation, state of the body does not match 8 years spent in the lake. And Percy Wolf, store owner, bruising, heart removed, strange tattoos. Found 2 weeks ago, chest wound was ruled as cause of death. Tattooing on the body is illegible. Okay, so then we have the murder method. Slight difference in murders, bloating only commonality in bodies but not cause of death. It's chest trauma, exposure to water, post-mortem. So, bruising on the wrists and legs. 2 of the victims had bruising, some form of restraint, strapped or belt down. Deep gash in the chest, heart missing. Most recent victim died of major chest trauma, consistent with 2018 victim, question mark. Hard to confirm due to body condition. And all bodies experienced bloating. Bloating of the corpse is indicative of drowning, but only 1 victim was found in the water. Killer profile. So if it's yellow, that means there's still still clues to find. I can hover over, you can see. So we have postmortem tattooing of the body. Victim number 3 was covered in illegible tattoos. A message from the killer, maybe, or their art. The murdered targets have no discernible common traits. Apart from going missing in 2010, the victims have nothing apparent in common. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques. Killer may be a sportsman or a hunter. So these are our cases. We can also see our goals. And there's more to the room that we'll look at later. Since we're doing New Game Plus, I can't look at this yet. There is some stuff that I'll already have.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
There's something over
Hey,
here.
Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Okay. Bright Falls record. Chaos at Cauldron Lake. Okay, so rampage at the rental cabins. Unidentified man attacks vacationers in the dead of night. Sunday, an idyllic evening of barbecuing and late night fishing was violently disrupted Saturday as the mysterious assailant attacked park visitors, causing chaos and destruction at the cabins. The incident left 3 people injured, one of which has been admitted to the county hospital. As to whether the attacker is still at large, Bright Falls police have yet to make an official statement, leaving local residents in a state of uncertainty. Witnesses to the crime were visibly shaken, one of whom stated, "One minute we were laughing and toasting some marshmallows, and the next we heard screaming coming up from the cabins. We didn't know what was going on, so we called the police and started running in the opposite direction," said Kurt Mill. Sorry, I scrolled and I lost my place. Let's see. Another eyewitness lost my place again. Another eyewitness who preferred to remain anonymous said it like he appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly my dog starts barking his head off, and this psycho guy comes crashing through the trees. Don't think I'll ever feel safe in the forest again. A representative from the rental cabins who chose to remain anonymous wanted to remind customers, if you have plans to stay in our lovely cabins later this summer, please get in touch with us, as we may need to rejigger some of the reservations based on the state of the cabins that you have rented with us. The representative went on to further remind future potential guests of the wonderful amenities that can be found in their company's brochures and on the website, which is real nice. State of the art. My nephew made it, and he's a real computer whiz. Okay. Also, just to note, this was published 2010. Which is this really good shape for 2010. It says July 18, 2010. Then we also have, does a hike a day keep depression away? So it might be bright, sunny July, but it's never too soon to start worrying about the gloomy months of autumn ahead. That's right. In the grand scheme of life, those dead, depressing days are just around the corner. Have you been taking your vitamin D? Probably not. But for all of your thinking, there's got to be another way. There's good news. Hiking has been proven to be incredibly beneficial to your mental and emotional health. So get on out there and do it. Just don't forget a flashlight in case it gets dark. That's some good advice in this game. Let's see, and the last one we can read is Bright Falls' own virtual baking champ. Little Sally Upton's whole family erupted in cheers when she won the big match this weekend. Was she playing soccer? Tennis? No, in this brave new world we live in, her family was cheering her on as she won a match in the game that exists only on the information superhighway. The game in question was Mega Baking Star, in which players compete to make the tastiest treats and sweetest eats for their virtual judges online. Bright Falls congratulates Sally on her big win. Yay, go Sally. Okay. Let's go catch up to Alex. There's going to be quite a bit of dialogue, so I'll be quiet during that. But if you haven't pieced together, this is Alex Casey, and Alex Casey was the main character of Alan Wake's books. So this is going to be kind of the mystery of what is going on partially in the game.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Oh, I love the voice acting. Oh, here we go. A Mirror Peak, which we saw in Alan Wake 1. The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all its inverted glory. You know, I just started playing through Control again, and the inverted pyramid is a big symbol in that. I just realized. It's interesting. I'm hoping to pick up on more clues on this
Fucking nature
playthrough.
gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan? Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, the FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Disclaimer, there's some nudity. Obviously
Now,
naked
this
dude.
is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. Now, we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay. Let's start by examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Okay.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Coincidence? Probably not. So it prompts a question. Objectives are viewable in the case board. Your goals. Investigate the crime scene. Okay. So this is all kind of tutorial stuff. And then you can collect clues.
Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
Heart.
The killer left the heart right next to the body.
Okay, these are all things we can put on. Zoom out a little bit.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Okay, got it.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
Put all this stuff up. Okay. Colors.
Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
That's interesting because in Alan Wake, he seemed like he was still employed, but maybe he wasn't.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Certain writer came to town. Okay. Clue time. Let's put up all the clues. I'm not gonna read like all the clues because they kind of explain them.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Okay.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder.
A lake that's not a lake.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Can I look at these yet? There are some things. Oh, and we have to find. Oops. Let's just take a little break right now.
Mom may be gone. But whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here.
So this is from Saga's mom. Saga, for what it's worth, I think it's important that Logan grows up seeing you do what you love, what you're great at. That will teach her so much. There will be times just like this when you question your choices, your competence, even your own sanity. When things get dark, remember to trust and love yourself as much as your family does. You won't be perfect, but I know you'll be amazing. Love you always, Mom. And then Logan.
Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon.
And then a picture of Casey.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is.
Oh, and then there's also, hang on, the mug. I love this mug.
This mug always cheers me up.
Not the worst, Mom. If you need to pick me up. There it is. Okay. Do radio yet? Okay. I didn't put it on the case board. Oopsie.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
Okay. When you stop in the store, there's a clue in there that we can't get later. I have learned.
This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find. They left a lot of garbage. Not the fastidious type.
Monday, 9/3. Some suspicious activity spotted. The fielder thought he saw movement in the bushes. Footprints around the area were found, but some were comprised by the fielder. Note to self, train the fielder. Tuesday, 9/4. Nothing to report. Some animals regular. Wednesday, 9/5. Hunters out after dark. Poachers heard some gunshots. Not one of ours. Gotta keep an eye on these people. They could get more than they bargained for out there. Okay. So the clue that's on the table disappears later if you don't grab it now.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Oopsie. I get all the clues. All the clues, Casey.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though.
Very creepy.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
And of course,
There's a piece of paper on the ground. A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. The killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
The
the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Okay, so we can see the manuscript pages here.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Gale's profile, Nightingale. The page.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Over here is
A witch with no heart. A strange echo of owl murder.
so the witch's ladle. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron's fate, and yet there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes. Okay. So just look at how beautiful this game is. Oh, we have another page. This might be a new one. Saga Anderson's Deja Vu.
Saga bent down to inspect the body on the table. Somehow it felt familiar. The straps, the heart, the mutilated corpse laying on the rain-soaked wood. Like deja vu. She chased the source of the feeling. Found nothing. None of the victims from her past cases resembled this one. It didn't feel like anything from her past. More like something from a dream. From a life she could barely remember. Maybe one that wasn't even hers. Then the feeling passed. Like a shadow in the trees shifting with the wind. Saga blinked, shook the feeling from her head. She turned her focus back on the work. There was a lot to do. Casey and the deputy were watching her. She had a feeling this would be an exciting case.
I think this might be a new page. The Deja Vu. We've been here before. We're back.
Hey, you made it back.
Yep.
Good. I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Oh, do I have something on the case board? Oopsie. Looks like I can't talk to anyone. Okay.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the Bookers at the Oh Deer Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that
same.
shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Oh, I didn't see this the first time I played this.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
But there's this gate over here. This is gonna be the DLC. The lake house. FBC security perimeter gate entry for authorized personnel only. FBC is the Federal Bureau of Control.
Hello, this is Agent Anderson and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation.
The station heads are not currently available. Access is restricted without their permission.
Nice talking to you, too.
So, have that to look forward to. I actually just started playing through Control again. It's so much fun. And I'm seeing how there's more connections between Control
Welcome
and Alan
back,
Wake 2.
Anderson.
I did not get lost.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
So, Mulligan and Thornton were in Alan Wake 1. Voice lines, I believe. What is this? Also FBC.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. Okay, manuscript fragments. Okay. So this is all upgraded because, again, this is New Game Plus, so this is carrying over my previous save. But we also can do different cases, and we keep track of them here.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Where's Cauldron Lake? Up here.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
Odd. For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
You lead the way, Casey. I'll be back to do more exploring later.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Yeah, let's look around a little bit. We're back to Bright Falls.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
We are, because I'm going to go look around. Because I know there's...
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
That maid. Yeah, let's go look in here real quick. Oh, yeah. Oh no, missing doggo! Oh, the dachshund! I have a dachshund. Let's take a look in here. Oh, he looks so happy. Let's give the tour. Oh, wait. First, grab the map.
Hello.
Oh, he's having a good time.
Take it easy.
So this is our room. Well, this is where we could do our case. That's not our room. This is the what the Mind Palace is. Oh, and we have to pet all these.
Hey there, Mr. Deer.
I have a list.
You remind me of a dream I had.
So we gotta make sure we get all these. Because there is something special we can get if we find them all.
Good to see you.
Oh, I busted in. This is our room. I don't think there's anything in the bathroom. And then we can also go into... Guess whose room this is? Follow the coffee. Okay, so... Okay, regarding Cauldron Lake, look into news and rumors, focus on 2010. Cross-reference with old case files from NYC cult. Similarities, commonalities, and methodology. Part of series. Find out name of good coffee from diner. And this has little tags on. Can't get that one. I don't want any of this.
It's not opening.
Later. Okay.
So sleepy. Just a few more days.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie? Don't know, don't care.
Come get percolated.
How much have you had? Not enough. That's all right.
Never enough coffee. Amen.
Dear. You.
Let's go pick up this roof. Oh,
The
we'll
FBI.
get later.
Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here.
Sean
I got you both some
Ashmore.
coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time.
So,
We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known victims
Just gonna
go
listen in.
missing?
Sure. But it's slowed down ever since Cauldron Lake was fenced off.
Let me guess. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I can't believe that happened. I still feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, Ed.
stuffy
Have
in
some
the...
pie. It'll take your mind off things.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake getting some details. Perfectly legal.
Not if you cut through the fence.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
The cult of the tree. What aren't the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with the murder. They were telling the truth.
Is there anything back here? Oh, yeah.
Rest easy, buddy.
Okay.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
No. I don't think we ever went into the kitchen. Tammy, where's the necklace?
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Tammy.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear Fez.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
So, that's peculiar. Hi, Rose.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces.
Where's the other one? Okay.
Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
These for $8.99. And we gotta check out the jukebox. This jukebox is out of order. The poor old thing can only take so much of the same song being played over and over again. I'm as big a fan of Coconut as the next person, but come on. Oh, Emerald Anderson, Odin and Thor. Who's cooking? Question.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The Cult of the Tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this Cult of the Tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally. This is true.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station. Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Yep. Oh, here, just the one to grab.
Pay my ticket whenever you're ready to take my money.
We'll snoop around here later. Wanted to grab the map, though.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week, but you can handle this, right?
I'm
Apparently Casey
qualified
wants
to
to go
perform
first.
examinations. Yes.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
He's joking.
I'm going first, Casey.
Okay. Let's take a look at our patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy.
The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing?
On the heart.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Think.
Oh. Loading. There's goes the writing.
Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal.
It's going to cause a death.
There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? We're dealing with an organized group of killers, not a lone serial killer. The cult of the tree is behind these murders. This case just became much more complicated. I'll need to start a new file. But it's my first cult case. Exciting.
Gloves, Saga, gloves.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait!
Sheriff?
What the hell? Show me the clicker.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
Yeah, try to stay in the light. Got it.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
So safe havens restore some of your health if you leave or attack from a safe haven while in combat. It will become temporary unavailable.
Go!
Get out of my house.
Vanished.
There we go. Okay, because of copyright stuff. But we're going to end it there since it's the end of the first chapter. So that is the first chapter, obviously, of Alan Wake. So that was first chapter of Alan Wake. A lot of setup, not so much combat, but I'm excited to be playing this again and putting all the pieces together from Alan Wake 1 and also Control. Hopefully I'll do a playthrough of Control for the channel eventually. Yeah, so we have Alex Casey from Alan Wake's books. So Big Mystery of how is there an actual Alex Casey that's also an FBI detective. Now we have Nightingale on the loose still. And we have the Cult of the Tree. And so who's the Cult of the Tree? Who's in the cult? That is what we're going to find out throughout this gameplay. But I hope you enjoyed chapter 1. We will talk more lore as we get further into it. But until next time, thank you for watching.